In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can download a recap videos, documentary videos from Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube and re-upload it without getting a copyright strike. This is not a hook. This is not anything to lodge you into it. There is no fancy editing in my tutorial. So I'm taking you straight to the point and watch the tutorial steps. And I bet you will come back and thank me later. Let's go to it.
The code has been completed and there is no issue found. Okay.
The first thing you do is the video that you want to edit. Okay, so you have to download the video from either Facebook, TikTok, or YouTube. The method of download will be provided in the description. Okay, so you check my description, and then I'll give you a guidelines on how to download these videos from Facebook, YouTube, or TikTok. So once you have the video, then you have to get CapCut. As you launch your CapCut, then you go to create projects. If you haven't downloaded CapCut yet, you go to google.com. Okay, go to google.com. Okay, then enter CapCut. Okay, it will give you where you can get CapCut for free. So if you haven't done that, download it, and that is all. Once you install CapCut, you are done. The next thing is that you go to the create projects you click area on, and then you import your videos. Okay, then you import the video that you want to edit. So I want to work on this particular video here. A student end up trapped in a box as zombie. Outbreak start. Okay, so this is a recap video that I got from one of the social media giant. Okay, so I'm going to import this into CapCut. Okay, I'm going to import that into CapCut. So the video has been imported into CapCut. So the next thing I'm going to do is very simple. Now, but before I continue, let me show you something over here. We are going to change or replace the audio on the video. Okay, the audio in the video is going to be replaced by a different one. So what you do is that you are going to use Google Voice Changer, 11 Labs Voice Changer to do that. So the 11 Labs Voice Changer only accepts audio up to 5 minutes. Audio up to 5 minutes. So if you try to import the entire audio from this particular clip, which is about 30 minutes, it will not work. So you are going to actually divide this clip into 3 or 4 pieces in order to get it uploaded onto the Labs Voice Changer. So the first thing I want you to do is that I want you to push this slider to about 4.5. Okay, so this is okay. So you have 4 minutes 55 seconds. Okay, then split it. Okay, delete. Select this section and delete it. Okay, once deleted, then don't do anything to the remaining one. Go to export. Then name this as audio piece 1. Okay, then select the folder that you want to export this one to. So my folder is located on desktop, recap movies, then audios. So I'm going to put it in this particular folder. So I'm going to select that folder. Then you see, under normal circumstance, when you are exporting, you will see video selected. You see video selected. Normally the audio will be silent. What you're going to do is that this time you're going to select the audio and deselect the video. So you're going to export this. It has completed the export. So you click on OK. Right. Then you click on Control Z. Then this time around, delete the part at the left side, and it will automatically shift to the end of the timeline. So again, split it again, then delete the left side. Okay, now again export, and then let's name this one audio piece 3. Then you are going to leave the folder untouched. Then again, you are going to make sure audio is what selected. Then export again. Okay, it says that the file exists already. So let's click on reprise it. Okay, to reprise it. Now, again, Control Z to undo, and then select the left side, delete, and then export the remaining file. And then I'm going to change this to audio piece. Oh, 4, because you made a mistake naming that one audio piece 3. Okay, so basically you're supposed to get audio piece 1, audio piece 2, and then audio piece 3. But because you name one audio piece 3, if you do that, you're going to have a problem. So let's name this one audio piece 4. Okay, and let's export it to the same folder. So now we are done exporting our audios. Okay, so we are going to go to 11 Labs to do the magic. But before you go, I want you to select the timeline again, okay, and click Control Z, then Control Z, Control Z, okay, and then Control Z to get the full length of our video. So now we have all the full length of our video back. What I want you to do now is that if you look carefully, you can see you have some black strips somewhere here. So I want us to increase the scale small. Okay, increase the scale to get it cleared. Okay, then everything is in order. Okay, now the next thing I want you to do is select the video on the timeline, then go to extract audio. Okay, once the audio is extracted, I want you to just select the audio and delete it. You don't need this audio again. Okay, once the audio is deleted, you hit on Control X to save it, and then so the next thing I want us to do is go to our folder, and then you can see our audio files are here. So let's go to the 11 Lab Studio. Okay, then you click on voice changer. It will take you to this particular dialog. Then let's click on to select our audio file, and then let's go to audios, and let's select our first audio piece 1. Let's click open. It is loading. It's loading our audio file. My network is a bit slow. Okay, so now our audio piece 1 has been loaded into 11 Lab. So the next thing you do is using the AI magic. You click on generate speech. So let's generate speech. It's generating, so you wait. So it's generating our content. To take some time, but to be done very soon.
A bicycle and sends Randall into the trash.
Okay.
Randall is angry and starts ranting, but he instantly stops when he sees Tamra. He's about to ask her out, only to suddenly be hit by a slushie. It was thrown by Danny, who is driving with his best friend Hunt and his girlfriend JC. They behave like total jerks. However, Tamra still talks
out during the initial process. Normally, you have to do some settings. Okay, the voiceover that you want to use, if you select this side, it will give you a lot of voiceovers, so you can play each voiceover and see which one that you think you want to use.
Numbers and shapes
for your
built the
generation.
foundation of our world.
Okay, I preferred Brian.
Numbers and shapes built the
The voice is
foundation of our
good
world.
and is new, so most people have not used his voice. So normally I use Brian for my voiceover. So once you select your voiceover, then the rest of the generation process, you can leave them as it is. Okay, you can leave them as it is. So it is done generated. So the next thing you do is what? Download. But I want us to download them in this original state. So we come here, and then when we click on download to give you some options, and then it said download with what? Original what? Name. I'm going to download with the original name. So I'll hit download, and then it will download the file for us. So as you can see, our download is done. Okay, our download is done. Audio piece 1 has been downloaded. You later go and then select it. Let's continue with the next audio piece 1, the not audio piece 2, which is audio piece 2. Let's delete this one. Okay, and then select the second audio piece. And this is audio piece 2, which we mistakenly named it audio piece 3. So I'm going to select this, and then I will load it into 11 Labs Studio, and then you wait for it to upload it and click on generate to do that. So it has finished uploading. The next thing that generates speech. So you're going to generate that, and then you wait.
In the next room, they find tons of creepy mannequins and clown dolls.
So you have
Danny has a breakdown over losing Hunt and blames Ever for revealing their presence to the zombies. At that moment, he notices that the mannequins look like them and concludes they've been specifically chosen for the attack. Ever is disturbed to see that her mannequin says nothing on its face. Suddenly, Wayne bursts through the dolls and the teens dodge him after seeing his reflection in the mirror. The boys fail to tackle him and Wayne spreads blood on Tamara's arm before Randall hits him on the head to bring him down. Randall doesn't stop though. He just keeps furiously hitting Wayne's head and Chip pulls her back and throws her on a seat. The Lorenzo hallucination tells her to think of her poor mother and Ever's eyes start glowing red. She headbutts Chip's head to push him off. Then she hits him with a boombox. Once he's down, she keeps bashing his head until he's out. In the building, a frustrated Randall destroyed the diorama of their plan.
So now our audio files have been generated. The next thing you do is go back to CapCut and then import them from the download folder. Okay. So you have to import your video from your download folder and then bring it back into Recap Movies. Okay. The audios, and then create a new folder for it called generated audios. Okay. And then put them here. So all the generated audios, I placed them in this particular folder. So you have audio piece 1, audio piece 3, audio piece 4. Okay. So what you do is that you go back to CapCut, and then we import our audio files into CapCut. All right. So the first one is the audio piece 1, and then you will drag it straight into the timeline. Onto the timeline. Select them one by one. Okay, undo. Then select audio piece 1. Drag it here. Then go for the audio piece.
It's as many.
Drag it here. Then go for audio piece 4.
After Steven.
And then drag it here. Okay, and push the slider back to the end of the timeline. And then right click, okay. And then after right clicking, just go split scenes, okay. So you split scenes like this. Then CapCut is going to do its magic for you. Just wait for it to be done, okay. So CapCut is done with its magic. It has finished splitting the video file into pieces out of how the original creator made it. So come to this side and let's expand the timeline, and you can see that these clips have been split into chunk of pieces of files. Okay, and if you can see from this end up to this end, okay, if you push the slider up small, it's only 0.7 milliseconds or so. If you forward it up, then you select the next chunk. The next chunk starts from this end, 0.7 milliseconds. And you can see that this is up to just about 1 second, 13 milliseconds. So you can see the original creator of this particular content went through a lot. Probably maybe I suggest this was fed to a high-tech AI device, AI program to do this particular editing. Otherwise, for you to sit down and seconds by second for you to put all these pieces together is going to be a mind-blowing. So these people has really done a massive job for them to be able to get this thing done. Okay, so now we are going to work on their work to make it look like ours. So the first thing I want you to do here is go here, okay, and then go to edit, okay, and then we are going to mirror this particular scene. So click on mirror. So you can see initially the car was going to the right, but now it's going to the left. And if you can see too, the text written on them, on the caption has also changed in reverse order. This is one. Then we go up, okay. Then this one too, let's mirror it to the right. So click on mirror, okay, and then remove again. Let's reverse this, go to split and go to reverse, and it's going to do that for us. So we relax, okay. But this scene is too long, so I want us to cancel this and then come back to the first scene, okay, the starting scene, which probably you can even delete. But before you click on delete, let's bring our slider to the joint at which this slide meets the other one, and then let's select the audio and then click on split, and then let's delete the audio, then let's delete the video. Now that the deletion is done, you have to push the audio file backwards to match the video file. Okay, so this is good. Now we continue our trick. Okay, I want a short clip so that we can reverse it. Let's reverse this clip here. Go to edit and go to reverse. Okay, so it is doing its magic. Just have to wait. So it is still reversing the clip. Most of the time, for the first clip that you try to reverse, it will take some time depending on the computing power of your machine. Okay, so if it is delaying, don't cancel it. Once the first clip that is reversing is done, the rest will just be easy to do. Okay, so you wait until it's done reversing the clip. So almost 90%, you're almost done. So our first script is done reversing. Okay, so what you do is that you're going to continue to add a few twists to the clips, not many. Okay, so probably let's select this one and then go to edit, then go to mirror. Okay, so let's push the slider. Let me go back small so I can pull the slider forward a bit. And you can see what happens when we try to do any editing. Okay, so let's select the smaller one here. Bring the slider to that point. Okay, and then let's reverse. Okay, let's move. Let's come to this side, and then probably select this one, and let's select mirror. edit, let's go to mirror. Okay, let's move, bring the slider to this smaller piece here. Okay, let's select it. Let's go to edit, reverse. Okay, so you do this straight to a couple of paths. I'll pick the smaller one here too. Go to edit, go to reverse, and then let's go forward. Let's select this, edit, and then mirror. So let's go to the last part, add a couple of clips, mirror. Okay. Then probably I'll come to this side. Okay. And then we can even remove a portion to shorten the length. So let's select the audio. Okay, let's click on split. Let's bring the cursor to this end. Click on split. Just a chunk. If you take it, it will not make any difference. Let's remove. Click on delete. Then let's select this audio and click on delete. Then you have to push the audio back to meet this end. And I think let's go back small. Push the slider. Let's select. Bring it closer. Select it. Edit. Mirror. Okay. And then let's push this audio back to meet the bridge. Okay. Then you can scroll to see everything is in order. So in most cases, what you have to do is that you have to make sure your audio files are actually lining up completely, joining each other very well. Otherwise, it's going to move either faster than the clip or slower than the clip. You have to put the audio files at a place that they will meet carefully. Otherwise, like this one, it seems that this is a bit forward. So let's put it back. And let's go to, now that we've made editing here, it might affect the rest of the piece. So let's go to this side again, push it to make sure it meets. Then let's go to this end. Let's see the end. You can see the audio is shortening at this point. So let's go to this end and then push the audio file again. So now you should have a unique video to audio file. So you see they are done now. So now that you have our audio files and everything set, okay, if you play it now, you are going to just listen to only the audio, okay? But in most recap videos, they always have a background music that keeps on playing during the recap. At least you may even have a very low volume, but adding the background music make it very interesting. So you're going to Google Library and you're going to download a background audio file, okay, that we can use. Mostly you will download a cinematic audio so that it will look like a video style. Okay, so let's go to YouTube. That's with my time videos. You can click on audio library. At audio library, then you can download any of the song, but you have to match the video that you actually want recapping. But you can download it from this side. I have a couple of audio files I'm going to use. I'm not going to download this one in addition. So this is where you can get audio file that you can put on your video that will not get a copyright strike. Okay, so then once you are done with the audio file, what I downloaded I'll be using for this tutorial is the reviver. Okay, so I'll go back to CapCut and then I'll come back for this audio file. Then I'll place it on my timeline. And then I'll push this backwards. Okay. Let me reduce, sorry. Okay. And then I'll bring this audio file onto a new bar, the timeline. Then I'll Control C to copy, push the slider forward. Before I do the copying, let me reduce the volume of this audio file so that it doesn't interfere with my voice, my recap voice. So you have to play the video and make sure and adjust it and make sure it meets the demands that you want, the requirement that you want. Okay. So what you do is that you first have to place the audio file in the bar, edit it the way you want. And after the editing, you copy the audio file, right click, and then you copy. And after copying it, you push the slider forward, okay, to touch the end of that first audio file, and then you paste. And after pasting the first one, you click on the control, then select the first one that you paste, and then copy both. And then you bring the bar to this end, and then you paste. So when you paste, you're going to have two audio files being added to the timeline. So you copy it now. You have a very short distance to cover in terms of the bar or in terms of the remaining audio. So what you have to do, just copy one. Okay, copy one, then paste. And then you have this short piece there. And again, you copy another one, bring the bar to this end, and then you paste. You select the audio file, adjust the bar to the end, then trim the audio file. You make sure the audio file is selected and you trim that. That will be the end of the video. Once you have reached the end of the video, now you have a complete edited recap video that you can upload onto YouTube without having any copyright strike. But I want you to do something extra. If you bring the bar forward a bit, you can see that at some point when you dark, you can see some watermark data, the data over here. So I want us to do something. So what you do is that probably let's assume that your channel is you're going to add text, okay, to that session. Let's add a default text to it. So we click on test. System is a bit slow, so guys, forgive me. Now we have our default test. We are waiting for 8 options to be loaded. Okay, so now we can drag this default test to this corner here. Okay, let me extend it small so that we can get to let me extend it small so that we can bring this bar forward. Okay, and then we select, let me get a colored background. We select our default text here. So you go here, let's say your channel name is my recap. Let's say this your channel name is what my recap. Okay, so you trim it small. Sorry, you resize it small and bring it here. Okay, and then let's add some small effect to that text. Fine. Let's click here. Let's select this. Okay, so now you'll be able to cover that completely. Let's reduce it small. Let's increase it a bit. Small, go a bit. Okay. Okay, so this is cool. Now let's do some adjustment to that. Let's reduce the opacity so that it looks like it's not covering the video. Okay, so this is cool. Once we reduce the opacity, the next thing you do is to continue to extend this to cover the entire clips. Okay, so let's reduce the size and let's push this to cover the entire clip. Okay, and this will have this is how you put your movie name on the clip, and then you are actually covering the name of the first uploader. Okay, so that is how you do it. So once you are done, then there is one last treat I want us to add to this, and that is I want us to add a caption to the movie. So let's go to captions. Okay, and let's go to generate. So you have a caption. Make sure the language is English. You leave it like that. Then click on what generate, and it's going to take some time to generate the captions too for us. Okay, so let's wait. It has started operation, so you wait until it is done. So now our caption has been generated. So what to do next is that we are done with the video editing. So when you move the slider, you can see our caption is being shown on the screen. Okay, so everything is done. The next thing you have to do is to export the video together. So what you need to go to export. Okay. So at the export screen, you have to select video and then select audio. Okay, leave this as it is, leave this as it is, and then leave this one too, leave this one like it. Okay, then rename, give a title to it.
As you can see, the upload has been completed. Okay, and then it's now processing to HD, and then it's also checking for video. Copyright. Okay, so we are going to click next. We click next for the copyright check to continue. Okay, so checking is being done. Checking if your content contains copyright content. So we wait until the copyright check is passed before we continue. So let's wait. So as you can see, check completed. There are no copyright, no issues found. The check has been completed and there is no issue found. Okay, checks complete, no issues found. So we are good to go. And this is how we can do this. Okay, this is how we can just go about it, and you have your faceless channel. In a short time you are going to also make it. Okay, so this is very simple tutorial, and I hope that you follow to the end. If you have watched to this point, please don't leave. Please comment and subscribe so that the video will push to larger audience. Thank you for your patience.